valley, which is really in the form of a crescent. Over here, you're in desert. So when people go, they go along the Fertile Crescent, which is really the back of the mountains where the water is draining down into the more flattish plain area. And as it gets further out, it gets more deserty. So if you were traveling, you'd stick close to the, not the base of the mountains, but, the area that's being drained by the water coming down from the hills and mountains. Because you have to go through mountains to get over to the Mediterranean, and there's big mountains in southern Turkey here. So this is where the fertile area is. And that's where people have gone. So Ebla would have been right on the route. You got me? So there's some evidence to back up some of this kind of material. Good topic for a paper if you're really wanting to get into it. But it takes some research. Okay. So Yahweh's story. Abram did as Yahweh told him. Lot went with him. Abram was 75 when he left Haran. Abram took his wife Sarah, his nephew Lot, a lot of repetition here, all their possessions, and that's, I suppose there's some repetition because maybe we're getting, again, more stitching here, but I can't tell you what the different lines are. And they set off from the land of Canaan and arrived there. Abram passed through the land as far as Shechem's holy place, the oak of Moreh. And at that time the Canaanites were in the land. We know who the Canaanites are now from the genealogy, all different tribes of Canaanites. And Yahweh appeared to Abram and said, "It is to your descendants that I will give this land." So Abram built an altar there for Yahweh who had appeared to him. Now, further down here, I have a little note. Chapter 13. I don't know if this is a similar, but he's on 18. He's at the oak of Mamre, not the oak of Moreh. 13:18. And there's another promise made at the oak of Mamre, also about his descendants. I will make your descendants like the dust of the ground, 16. And I will give you the whole land. This is what is being fought over in Palestine at the moment, and the Israelis are on the retreat because of all the international pressure that's been applied to them for the last 20 or 30 years. I have to be frank. Why one should keep pressuring these poor people who just escaped from concentration camps only 40, 50 years ago is beyond me. And why one needs 23 Arab kingdoms and the only little Jewish place in the world is constantly being squeezed to make another Arab kingdom is beyond me. But I don't try to figure out what makes the world think, what the world thinks is fair. I frankly can't understand this concept of fairness, because there's no fairness in it, and how they get to the point where they feel that they should be pressuring someone over some claim someone else is making, when there's already 22 other states for those people, and they could easily be absorbing them if they chose to, but they don't choose to. Plus they have the finances to absorb them, but they don't choose to apply them. And they want the Americans to do all the bailing of people out. In the meantime, American oil prices are skyrocketing, and the Americans sit here basically accepting this whole situation that they're presented with. And again, I fail to understand it. I will leave it like that, but these are the passages that are being argued about, these promises made to Abraham. And the people who don't want a state of Israel to be of any size or magnitude don't like these promises. Feel that you shouldn't pay any attention to them. The people who do care about the state of Israel refer to these promises, including religious Jews and religious Christians. That's all I'll say about that subject, sensitive subject. But anyway, these are the promises that are causing the political problems at the moment. And at the moment, the world is backing non-observance of any of these promises. So to your descendants I give this land. Notice, I want you to keep track of the altars Abraham builds. He built an altar to Yahweh in line 8. I think down here he'll also build another altar. Line 18. At the Oak of Mamre he'll build another altar. Also, these are holy sites. These are shrines. All the towns along the way seem to have their shrines. Usually a holy tree of some kind, some sort of glade, an oak or something like this, obviously. But what's the difference between the Oak of Mamre, I ask, and the Oak of Moreh? I have no idea, and I'm not even sure they're not confused. Except that one is in Shechem, which is in the north, and becomes the future capital of the north. I'll leave my beautiful map on there for tomorrow's class. I'll draw another map. So since we're coming down into Palestine, here we go. This is the Mediterranean Sea here. I guess I should have. This is Jordan over here, or whatever. It's not a good map, but anyway. This is Syria, Lebanon. So, Abraham's coming down like this. If he comes down from that way, I don't know. Haran. And then he gets down here. This is Galilee. He wouldn't have come this way. He'd have come probably through Damascus and then across over to here, because this is too mountainous to come down the way I'm showing it to you. He'd have stayed on the Fertile Crescent side of the mountains, you see, and then he'd have crossed in where he could have. But anyway, they live in that. So then he gets down to this place, Shechem. Then he goes further south. He doesn't even mention this place, Jerusalem. He keeps going further south here. Hebron. These are all places being fought over today. Okay? You can look at a better map than this. Yeah, I'm saying there's plenty of maps. And but I'm giving you a rough. They're all the same, basically. This is a sequence of places. So, he builds an altar here. Don't forget, altar to Yahweh here. And he builds an altar to Yahweh here. These are quite this is important. There are Jews, by the way, in Hebron today who don't want to leave that place. And they're holding out real tough there because of its Abraham city. And they don't. There was a shrine here in Shechem that the Arabs demolished about 2 or 3 years ago on television because it was the grave of Joseph's tomb.